organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Tonight on Daily Iowan TV, Block Party. Get to know Iowa's new student government president.
Later, Death Star. There's a 9th planet in our solar system that some say could wipe out Earth, and it could be soon.
Will Wednesday's April shower show up this weekend? I'll have the latest coming up.
A scholarship has finally landed in the lap of one well-deserved Iowa men's basketball player.
Plus, Iowa baseball soars in another non-conference showdown at Duane Banksville. That's all coming up in sports.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Cole Johnson.
And I'm Maria Palladino. Last week, Rachel Zuckerman and Lauren Freeman on the Block Party ticket won the University of Iowa Student Government, or UISG, elections for president and vice president. Daily Iowan TV's Ryan Scott spent some time with Zuckerman. Here's a peek at what she plans to put in motion after she is sworn in.
Back in September, Rachel Zuckerman and Lauren Freeman started planning their campaign for student government and organizing the Block Party.
It's an exciting time. Your team becomes very close. You spend more time together than you would ever imagine.
Rachel Zuckerman is originally from a suburb of Detroit, Michigan, where she had her first encounter with civic service by serving in her high school's student government as president.
I was my class vice president for 3 years, and then transitioned right into UISG my freshman year. Basically my first day on campus as a freshman senator, and I think this organization has amazing capacity to change lives and enhance the student experience.
Now that their hard work has paid off, it is time to focus on the issues. Zuckerman shared some of the projects her administration hopes to tackle in their term of office.
We've done a lot of work, the existing administration, to secure mental health resources and funding, because our university counseling services is so understaffed. So that's not a one-year project like most student government projects.
Mental health advocacy was also a focus of the previous student government president, Liz Mills, who was looking forward to seeing Zuckerman and Freeman succeed.
I'm really excited to see how Rachel's connections on campus can help her really cement a lot of the issues that she's already passionate about into policy implementation and more advocacy that can be beneficial for students.
Zuckerman and Freeman have made history as the second pair of women to be elected together in the history of the University of Iowa student government. Ryan Scott, Daily Iowan TV.
An old emergency radio tower in Lynn County is on the move. Officials hope the change will help with communication issues. The tower's new home will be near Lisbon Water Tower. The county has been struggling with dead spots in the Mount Vernon and Lisbon area for some time. A few studies revealed moving the tower will solve about 90% of the problem.
The future of technology. On Saturday, Daniel McGeehee will speak at the Iowa City Public Library on the future of cars. The Director of Transportation and Vehicle Safety Research at the UI will talk about strides taken right here and future plans for the road. This test car, for example, uses sensors to feel the road and the people on it. McGeehee says, forget convenience, self-driving cars are for safety. 95% of auto accidents are caused by driver errors, a figure that kills 35,000 Americans a year. McGeehee's lecture on the future is scheduled for 4 p.m.
Spring has sprung, and with it, art. 70 artists from across the country will feature and sell their art at the Iowa Memorial Union in this year's Spring Art Exposé. The event will house the work of typical art vendors side by side with the work of UI art students. Still, organizers say the focus will remain on professional art available for purchase.
Saturday, St. Ambrose University in Davenport broke ground on an $18.5 million recreation center. The building plans to suit student athletes and students with multi-purpose areas for all sorts of activities. Along with the gym and recreation area, the Fighting Bees also plan to provide lab space for some health and wellness courses. The Quad City Times says the campaign has already raised $13 million, which is 70% of the final goal. The building is scheduled to open in the fall of 2017.
Well, Maria, I don't know about you, but I'm getting really tired of this back and forth hot, cold weather.
I totally agree. I hope there's going to be some warm weather soon. But let's toss over to Zhao Li in the weather studio for more. Zhao?
Thanks, guys. Here in Iowa City, we can expect some really nice weather next week. But first, let's take a look at Friday's weather. Friday morning, we'll start off with a warm 34 degrees. Moving into the afternoon, we can expect the temps rise slightly to the low 40s. And later in the night, the temps will drop down to 35 degrees. Taking a look at our 6 days extended forecast. Saturday, we'll see a clear sky with a high of 46 and a low of 36. Sunday, there will be an 80% chance of rain with a high of 64 degrees. Monday, we'll see partly cloudy sky with temps around 40 degrees. And Tuesday and Wednesday, we can expect similar temperatures with clear skies. That's your weather, Iowa City. Now back to you guys.
Deadly text messages. Dozens of messages a teenage girl from Boston sent to her boyfriend could put Michelle Carter behind bars. She allegedly encouraged Conrad Roy III to kill himself. Carter is now on trial for manslaughter, having allegedly manipulated Roy. Carter could face 20 years in jail. Roy had struggled with depression and previously attempted suicide. He was 18 when he died in 2014.
Eating disorders affect young adults across the country. On Wednesday, the Eating Disorder Awareness Advocate Program joined with Active Minds to host Body Mic Night. The acronym BODY stands for Be OK, Define Yourself. Daily Iowan TV's Zhao Li spoke to students who opened up about their eating habits.
Studies have found that 4 out of 5 American women are dissatisfied with their appearance, and half of American women are on a diet. These attitudes and behaviors are showing up at younger ages. 81% of 10 years old are afraid of being fat, and more than 60% of 18 to 25-year-old females would rather be stupid or mean than fat. Should I go with the water here or lemonade? Always a big question. A lot of people believe only females care about their bodies, but obviously guys do too.
Not satisfied with my body.
Jeffrey said he's not in shape and he has gained a lot of weight since coming to college. For him, college has
a lot more stress. Just don't have time to go to the gym and exercise.
One UI alumni said he felt the same with his own body sometimes.
When I watch TV, I was always these big muscly guys, and then I'm like, oh, I wish I should go to the gym right now. I should be like that. I should look like that. Definitely feel the cultural pressure that's around in the media.
When talking about his own diet,
I'm a vegetarian, so I mainly just stick to a lot of vegetables, healthy, nutrient-dense foods, and try to just drink a lot of water, stay, that kind of thing, try to stay away from sugars and stuff.
He believes men definitely care about their bodies as much as women do, even if they may not talk about it as much. Reporting Iowa Memorial Union, Zhao Li, Daily Iowan TV.
Speaking to Chicago law students on Thursday, President Barack Obama accused Senate Republicans of losing the integrity of America's judicial branch. Obama said the Senate is jeopardizing democracy with the possibility of 4-4 ties on the even-numbered Supreme Court. Leaders in the Senate said they will not consider an appointment to the Supreme Court until a new president is sworn in. However, Obama nominated Judge Merrick Garland for the vacant seat 3 weeks ago. Garland has been meeting congressmen on Capitol Hill since the nomination, but without any indication the senators will change their minds.
Thursday marks the beginning of this year's Masters at Augustana National Golf Course.
Jordan Spieth, winner of last year's tournament, leads this year's field after the first day. Spieth was firing a 6-under 66 on the grounds in Georgia.
Spieth seeks his second green jacket after setting a tournament record with 28 birdies in last year's tournament.
Well, there has always been a saying that hard work pays off.
And that showed today for one Iowa men's basketball player. Katie Reber and Taylor Brooks are standing by in the sports studio with some exciting news today. Ladies?
Thanks, Cole. And Maria, you are exactly right. It was a memorable day for this one Iowa men's basketball player.
A day that every walk-on player wants to have eventually.
And it just so happened that on Tuesday this week, a scholarship was granted to redshirt freshman Nicholas Bayer.
The Bettendorf, Iowa native played in all 33 games this season, averaging 4.8 points and 2.6 rebounds per game. Bayer also ranked second on the team with 19 blocked shots.
Head coach Fran McCaffrey was firm in believing that this day would come for Bayer. The head coach said, "I didn't give him a scholarship, he earned one, and that's the greatest accomplishment that you can give to him."
Coach McCaffrey went on to commend Bayer on his talents, especially the energy that he brings to the court.
Definitely a playmaker. As a freshman, he really makes an impact on the court.
Yes, he does. In 3 more years, so much more improvement that we will see over the next course of the course of the next few years, Absolutely. There was also some good news out of Chile Duane Banks Field on Wednesday night.
Iowa baseball matched up with the Milwaukee and the bats were flying.
Something that seems to be a common theme for Iowa baseball these past couple of weeks, but this time around, Jordan Maloney was there for the Hawkeyes' 12th win of the season.
After a tough weekend on the road at Minnesota, the Iowa baseball team reset and rebooted for their midweek matchup with Milwaukee. Finding success early in the game, starting pitcher Shane Ritter went 3 and out in the first inning, and then it was time for the black and gold to get their bats going.
And then offensively, we're hoping it went the way it did, where we were able to get some guys, a bunch of guys, some at bats, and we were able to do that. And like you said, we swung the bats better tonight and drove the ball in the gap a little bit. And I think we'll leave here tonight feeling a lot better about ourselves.
With 9 hits in the game, Iowa finally locked into the batter's box. With multiple hits coming from Joe Booker, Tyler Payton, and Zach Daniels, and a 3-run home run by Mason McCoy. But it wasn't just the offense that stayed hot, scoring 9 runs against Milwaukee, but the Hawkeyes defense only gave up 2 hits and 1 run in the entire game.
We really needed this kind of game, and I think it really helped with the type of pace that we had and stepping in and just getting it done.
They came out with a really good effort, had good energy, and got their work in before the game, real professional approach, and we were able to accomplish pretty much everything we wanted to.
The Hawkeyes used 6 pitchers in Wednesday's game and kept the Panthers hitless for the first 6 innings.
I really feel good about how tonight went. It went pretty much as planned, and it doesn't always happen that way.
This has been Jordan Maloney with Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Iowa faces off against Illinois in a 3-game series this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for hopes to add more wins in that Big Ten Conference win column.
While the baseball team was on the non-conference grind, softball headed to Nebraska for a Big Ten Conference doubleheader.
Game 1 of the 2 games midweek battle ended with a bat-shattering 2-out RBI single by Nebraska's Maddie Fowler to secure the win 6-5.
Nebraska's bats stayed hot in Game 2 after Elizabeth Wiegand suffered the loss in the circle for Iowa. The junior allowed 3 earned runs on 5 hits and 1 walk in the 3-1 loss.
The Hawks continue in Big Ten play in Evanston, Illinois this weekend for a 3-game series against Northwestern.
Back on the brighter side of things, the number 7 Iowa men's gymnastics team qualified for the NCAA championships in Columbus, Ohio on April 16th and 17th.
Iowa landed a number 7 national ranking after qualifying with a score of 430.525.
Iowa will face number 2 Stanford, number 3 Ohio State, number 6 Illinois, number 10 the Air Force, and number 11 Michigan in the second session of that NCAA championship. This is Iowa's 49th appearance in the NCAA championships.
Iowa women's gymnastics Molly Drenth will be representing the University of Iowa as an individual competitor at the NCAA championships in Fort Worth, Texas next weekend as well.
Drenth is the first NCAA championship qualifier since 2011. We will both have men's gymnastics and Molly on the show next week.
But back to this weekend, it is going to be a very busy one here in Iowa City.
Yes, it is. The Olympic wrestling trials will begin on Saturday morning and continue into Sunday. Zach Mackey and Colin Murphy will have the coverage from over in Cover Hawkeye Arena.
Baseball is also home against the Big Ten reigning champions Illinois for a 3-game series.
Rowing is also home for their home regatta, and men's tennis is home on Friday and Sunday at the HTRC. So I know we will be very busy. So catch us next week for all the coverage on those events.
Cole and Maria, back to you.
Danger in space. Scientists in January discovered evidence of a 9th outlying planet in our solar system.
One top scientist says the 9th planet has wiped out life on Earth before and could do it again.
Retired astrophysics professor Dr. Daniel Whitmire is the man behind the bold claim.
Whitmire believes when Planet 9's rotation passes through the Kuiper Belt, it rains comets down on Earth. He cites fossil evidence that says these events happen every 27 million years.
While conspiracy theorists believe that we're overdue for a catastrophic event, there is no consensus on Planet 9's next move.
That's it for us on this Thursday.
Stay up to date on the latest news by visiting our website, dailyiowan.com. For Daily Iowan TV, I'm Cole Johnson.
And I'm Maria Palladino. Have fun this week in Iowa City.